Let me just give you some latest updates on Vinesh Fogart, just to understand what really happened. She was found to be 2 kilogram overweight on Tuesday night. So just to put things in order, Tuesday morning she does the weighing in. She's within the permissible 50 kilogram category, right? Then she is allowed to compete that day. And while she's competing, you remember the competition went on for a good 8 hours. There was about a 5-hour gap in the middle as well. At that time, you're taking in carbohydrates, you're taking in the salts, the water, you're doing all of that, and you're competing. By the time the day ended, when she was weighed in, and this is not an official weigh-in for her own team, when she was weighed in, she actually weighed in at 52 kilograms. So that means she had gained over 2 kilos on the day of the competition. Now here's where it's not uncommon, by the way. It's not uncommon for you to do that. Now, when you realize you're 52, for the next day you have to prepare and lose that 2 kilos overnight to be within the 50 kilogram category come the next day when there is going to be a weigh-in. And on that front, when Vinesh knew that she's that 2 kilogram overweight, she did not sleep the entire night, and she did everything that was possible to lose those 2 kilograms, including jogging to skipping to cycling. All that was done throughout the night. She was jogging, skipping, cycling, all of that through the night, hasn't slept the entire night, then goes in for the weighing in and is found to be 150 grams more than 50 kilogram category. At the time, the Indian delegation, when it was found, just to give you an idea, the Indian delegation did plead at that time asking for some more time to be given so that she can reduce that 150 gram that she had gained, but to no avail. The official said no, there is a time when you come in, you have to be within that. We cannot allow you a grace period or another hour or 2 hours to lose that 100 grams and come back. This is the rule. You're above 50 kilogram, nothing doing. So as of now, they haven't budged, and there is no exception that they are likely to make right now, whether the Indian contingent decides to complain or not about it. That's the latest that we are picking up.
All right. So from what you say, we still don't know if the Indian contingent have filed a formal complaint. Have they or have they not?
No, not that I'm aware of. No, I did speak to a few people within the Indian contingent. They tell me no, they haven't. They pleaded with the authorities while the weighing in was happening. They pleaded with the authorities, but to no avail. Whether they will have a recourse, whether they are going to launch an official complaint, that may still be the case. But as of now, going according to the rules, I do not see them make an exception and change it. If anything could have been done at that time, that they could have allowed the officials there, maybe another, as Vijinder was mentioning a short while ago, maybe allowed her an hour or two to lose that extra 150 grams. They did not. Now for that process to happen, because you got to understand this communication, once it's decided, once the disqualification is done, they tend to pass that information out to other athletes as well, and that's how they prepare or not prepare for the bouts to come. Will they change it at the 11th hour? Seems highly unlikely.
But what's really hard for me to digest is that her previous wins have been nullified. She could have easily settled for a silver. At that point, when she played that game, wasn't she well within the weight limit? So why should that game be nullified? Of course, these are rules of the Olympic Games, but please explain.
Yeah, I mean, exactly something that, we were discussing right throughout our life, that those are the rules. Yes, you can argue that when she did win her medals, win her bouts, the initial bouts, the bouts that she had yesterday, 3 of those, she was within the limits. That's all right. Within the limits at the time of the weighing in. Now, remember, as I mentioned, by the time she finished her bout, she was at 52 kilograms. So, while, I mean, it's a possibility while she was competing in those bouts, you were above 50, but that's fine because that's within the rule. When she went in the morning, that is the Tuesday morning weighing in, if at that time she was within 50, then it's fine. And then you're allowed to, have whatever you'd want, whatever food intake, water intake you want to do, you're allowed to do it. So in the course of the day, which spans for about 8 hours for a wrestler, she could have gained a few more and competed with that, but that's fine. That's within the rules. At the end of the day, as I mentioned, when she checked her weight, she was at 52. But then again, next day, because that's again competition day for them, at the time of weighing in, you again have to be within 50. And then it is possible that, let's say in the morning she weighs in, she's within 50, then she can go back. Her bout is only in the night. She can again, hydrate and eat and do whatever she'd like. And if she gains weight again, that's also fine. She's still allowed to compete. But there is a cut-off time. There is a limit that they put at that moment. Following the book, she has to be within 50 kilogram category, which wasn't found on day 2. As I said, Vijender was talking about that, sometime you can request the officials that allow me an hour. I'll come back after an hour and weigh. And that's at the discretion of the officials. They did not allow it this time. Yes, whatever she did yesterday was all within the permissible limit. She won. You could argue that she's won, so she should get the silver because she won those bouts within the permissible weight limit. At best, you can disqualify her from the finals, but she should get a gold. But such is the rule that they take the competition as one. So from day 1 till the end of day 2 is competition as one. And if you're not within the weight category, then you're disqualified. And these rules were laid out well before the tournament was to begin.
Nikhil, the emotional me would call this absolutely unfair. She should be given a little more grace time. And if it's 150 grams, it just takes maybe an hour for her to shed that. It could be water weight. One jog could do it for her. But you're saying there's no more grace time that will be granted for her. And whatever India's protest lodged with the Olympic Committee will not be entertained.
At the moment, seems highly unlikely, Nabila, that can happen because, as I said, you don't have too much time. You have already informed the rest of the contingents, and then they prepare accordingly. So, at the moment, in fact, IOC also can't really, do anything about it. It has to be with UWW, the international body that governs wrestling, and they'd have to take a call on that. At the moment, they haven't, and the kind of feelers that I'm getting from the Indian contingent, it seems highly unlikely that there is any sort of recourse from here.